All right, for those who didn't make it, we appreciate you too. But we've been talking about closeout week for roughly about 4 months now. Let's see if I get the count. About 4 months now. And I had the pleasure of talking to Shawn and said, "Hey, we're doing something special here in Virginia. Can you jump on can you come to Virginia for closeout week?" He said yes. Then he had an emergency come up, said, "Kendall, I can't make it, but I can do Zoom for you." I've been in this company 6 years. I've met a lot of people in my lifetime, but I haven't met anybody as successful as Shawn Meaike, who gives like Shawn Meaike, who's an open book like Shawn Meaike, and allows you to call him, text him anytime you need advice on business and just life in general. So I appreciate you, Shawn, for taking the time to get on our Zoom. This is our success lounge. We dial here every single day. We got about 40 agents here in the office. We run up the score for the month, but I appreciate you taking this time, and the floor is yours. We want you to just rip into us. Just tell us everything. I got Steve from Transamerica over here in the back. So appreciate you, man. So the floor is yours. We got you.
All right, outstanding. Well, first of all, thanks for letting me get on. Steve from Transamerica. It's very, very good timing. I just hung up with Ryan Parker at Trans, and I just said that if America don't get focused, Transamerica will be our #1 carrier soon. And I love them all, but there's some amazing things they're doing for the company. So thank you for being there. And sorry, hey, I can't wait to be with y'all. I've been running crazy. Been home like 2 days and 48 days. And now I got to go to Arizona tomorrow for our meeting. So I'm there for 4 days. Then I got to be in California for 4. So, but Kendall, I'll get with you, man. We'll reschedule and I'll come out and get in front of y'all and do whatever you need me to do. I I think I want to be where I want to start today is really, really where I am in our business every day. When you look at this industry, I've said this for about a year now. There's never been a better time to build this thing, and I'm going to tell you why so you understand it. And I had a guy coming over to get my suits for tomorrow, and I was talking to an agent, and the agent was telling me, and I've known this guy for years, great guy, Hall of Fame producer, and he just finally said to me, "What do you think my problem is?" And I was like, God, what a great question. They get so many people that tell me what the problem is. They don't even know what the damn problem is. And I said, dude, your problem is you had a Hall of Fame year, and then this year's not gone the way you want it to, and you've overreacted at least 12 times. You've changed this. You've changed the lead again over here. I need this new script. I got to try this over here. I got to wear a pair of white shorts, a pair of red shorts. I can't wear a hat. You're overreacting to everything that's happening in front of you. And the reality is that once you begin that overreaction, then you lose your accountability. Because the reason you overreact and make so many changes is you don't think it's you. Like, you made a decision, this isn't me, which is weird because you're a very accountable guy. I said, but at the end of the day, I got 14,000 people this month who have all issued a lot of money. Like, so, and on all kinds of leads. So you have to figure out, I'm not trying to be mean. You got to figure out right now, either you're like, hey, Shawn, this is my best month ever. That might be you. Congratulations. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. You might go, hey, man, I feel like I'm on my way there. I'm not there yet, but I feel like I'm gaining some traction. Or you're like, dude, this ain't going good for me. It's not going good for me. And the funny thing is the answer to each one of you is different, right? So the answer to the people that are killing it is you should encapsulate and write down the things that you're doing, because when you aren't killing it, and that's the business's ups and downs, will you continue to stay true to what you're doing now? Because this guy that's been a Hall of Fame producer cannot convince me that he can't do it. But he's convincing himself he can't do it. And that's a dangerous place to be in. He's convincing himself he can't do it. So for us, when I look at the amount of volume, how many agents, how much per producer, like all those things are amazing. And you go, why is it the greatest time to ever build? Because I really believe this many years after this virtual transition in America, which was COVID. I mean, that's what happened. We had COVID. The world adjusted. and then it became normalized behavior to do everything. What we're doing right now wasn't normal 5 years ago. I would never, ever 5 years ago thought about, hey, man, I really can't make it. We're going to have to reschedule. I never would have thought about, hey, Kendall, I can jump on. We didn't do it this way 5 years ago. We didn't do it this way 8 years ago, 10 years ago. We didn't do it. But the world has become so small because of what we're doing right now, which means anybody's actually potentially a good recruit for you, because anybody can get in their phone from wherever they are and be able to make dials 8 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, 3 hours a week, whatever they want to do, which we couldn't do before we were going face to face. And a lot of the industries that were in sales, the people that are only door to door, everything that's happened to us that's been great post-COVID has destroyed their businesses. Because psychologically, people are like, dude, I don't need to meet with you face to face. Why are you at my house? Why are you knocking on my door? Do you got COVID? You got a new issue that we got going on in the world? Like, don't come in my home. So there's a lot of folks that are used to just knocking on doors, cold knocking, doing all that, and they're struggling. Then there's people in the insurance business and the insurance business. They're not in solar, not in pest control, they're not in something else. They're in the insurance business. They're still face to face, but they're leaving and going, hey, man, my company we don't do virtual sales. I need to come work with you. And then you got like high ticket sales, which we've recruited more people from that than I ever thought we would. I didn't even know that many people were still doing high ticket sales. You got a guy that allegedly is a phenomenal businessman, which that's debatable because I know a lot of them. And they charge you, $100 grand to come to their office, and then $100 grand a month, and they're going to make you rich. And it's actually not remotely true, but they call it high ticket sales. They charge people 10, 15, 20 grand a month to get in these subscriptions. And then those guys are like, I can't sell those high ticket sales anymore because people are starting to realize that my guy really doesn't bring that kind of value. I don't know why anybody was actually coming to see him for 100 grand. That's just weird. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying that today to my wife. She's like, man, what's your biggest motivation? I said, to continue to do what I do for $9 a month and help people, because I'm tired of seeing people get ripped off. Like, I just want to see them do well. Now, that being said, you have to decide for you, where's your business today. You should write down right now. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a goals guy. And I always knew mine. What breaks my heart is when I say to people, what's your goal? And they go, what do you mean? Usually that's what they say when they don't know what to say. I go, in your business, what are your business goals? And they'll go, get up early, work out. I'm like, no, those are bullshit goals. What's your business goal? I'm not saying it's bullshit. But I didn't ask you about your nutrition. I didn't ask you about when you were reading. I didn't ask you about your meditating. I didn't ask you about that. Those are habits that you're going to change or not change. That's your business. But they're habits that you're putting in place so you can change your goal or hit your goals or achieve your numbers. If you're just playing with the habits, I don't care. I'm not enamored if you eat right 6 days a week. That's not got nothing to do with it. I want you to be healthy. Be healthy. But I'm just telling you, I'm here to help you financially. I don't rip my shirt. I don't have a six pack. I'm not trying to teach you to have one either. I'm trying to help you make money. What are your goals in business? If every one of you right now that's insurance licensed, unless you're just brand new, haven't got your license yet, what is your goal? What will you issue personally in the month of June? And you should share that with people. Like, the simplest things in business we don't do. My goal is this. Good. Tell other people. Peer pressure, the most powerful pressure in the world. Share that with people. What is your business goal as it pertains to your agency? And then I shut up. And they go, what do you mean? I go, what are your goals? Like, are you hiring people? How many will you recruit? How many do you want to have writing life insurance? Where are you going to recruit? What are you doing with your social media? Like, I don't know your goals. Tell me what you want to achieve, and I'll help you with the habits. But a lot of times we get sidetracked with the focus on the habits and not on the results. And you go, well, if you focus on the habits, you're going to have the results. That's not true. I know a lot of people that work out 6 days a week and read, and they don't make any money. I know a lot of them. The one book they must not read is the Bible, because the Bible doesn't ever tell you not to provide and support your family. The Bible does not tell you to not give back. It tells you to. You're all able-bodied. We're on here. We're very blessed by the Lord. Like, we are supposed to be making income. Parable of talents should scare you if you're wasting the talents. In this business, require the talent of talking and being able to work and being blessed in your medical, your current health. Like, those are all talents you've been given, because this business doesn't require any specific talents. So now it's like, okay, what am I going to do here? What does this look like? What are your goals? And yes, how will you achieve it? What will I need to spend to hit those goals? What's it going to cost me in leads? What's it going to cost me in time? What am I going to give up that I don't want to give up? Is that time with my significant other? Time with my kids? Is it sleep? Like, what are you going to give up? So we are in the precipice now of growing to a place where we're now talking about when can we get to $2 billion a year, because we're well on pace to do $1 billion this year for our first time ever in the history of the company. Nobody's ever done that in life insurance, ever. Like, never. The life insurance has been sold for 100+ years. Nobody's ever come close to doing $1 billion a year in distribution. Nobody. Like, distributors. There are carriers that or do this. This one's international. The reinsurance companies, they have access. I'm talking about distributors like us. Nobody. There isn't. If anybody tells you somebody doing $500 million, they're lying to you. You can ask Steve. They have some entities they work with that are big. They are not doing $300-400 million a year. Issue paid premium. They're not. So you have to understand that the average person at this entity doing $1 billion, the average person does $10,000 a month. So I ask you, are you at least hitting that number? And then again, you got to do 15 grand a month to make money. So when people say, man, I don't understand why he's not making money. I'm like, how much is he issuing a month? 8. I'm like, he's not going to make any money. What do you mean? I don't know. What are you like talking about? He's going to buy some leads. He's going to pay taxes on what he makes. He's going to 70% of it. If final expenses stay in the books, 80+% IUL is going to stay in the books. Like, why aren't we just working harder? So I really hope in my time when I'm done today that you're laser focused on your goals. And this is a great time. It's a midway point of the year. It doesn't matter what you did January to May. Nobody cares. Good or bad, nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. It doesn't matter. It's what are you going to do moving forward? The world has a really short memory. And I need to say this, but I don't want you to overly simplify it. If you ask me the number one characteristic people have to be successful in business, they have to be perseverant. And they just have to. They have to, no matter what, just keep pushing. They have to, when it gets good, still keep working. They have to, when it's bad, pick themselves back up. Now, what a lot of you do, and I don't know you personally, but what a lot of you do is you coddle people. You coddle them. You tell them what they want to hear. I had a group in my office the other day, and they said, what do you think? I said, I think this is not going to work. And the guy's like, what do you mean? He's so excited, and he's got people with him, and he's dressed in a nice suit, and he's like, but we're going to kill it. And I'm like, dude, there's 12 of you here. None of you issue 20 grand a month personally. None of you are making any money. You're pretending to be business people, and you're not making any money. So it's not going to be okay. He said, what is your suggestion? I said, either you actually start selling more or you go get a job. And the guy that recruited you is not going to say that. He wants your production too badly. I want you to win. My goal when you join Family First Life is not, I'm excited about the financial journey for you. I'm not excited about another agent. I'm not excited about checking a box. We got one more person, or, oh my God, the overall volume. If you know me at all and get around me and hear me talk about the company, the reason I'm at peace lately is I've been fighting for 12 years now to make sure the average agent at FFL is making 100 grand a year. And now we're on our 5th or 6th month where we're actually now the average agent is like 11,100. So and I want to get that 12 grand would be 144 a year, 12 grand a month. Right. And then obviously, so let's say they're doing 180 and their lead expense is 30 for the year. They're making 150, but I want their issue paid premium average. I want the average person at FFL to be grossing a couple hundred grand a year. That's my mission. Not I need to have 3,000 people every day that join, or I need 30,000. No. And if you're writing 8 or 9 or 10 grand a month and not making money, the humane thing, if you're full-time, if you're part-time, not talking to you, because you have income, you're trying to supplement your income. I totally get that. But the humane thing for me to do is say, hey, dude, you should go do something else that doesn't make me a dollar. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you. You're not making any money. I want you to make money. And there are companies out there that'll embrace you, hug you, laugh. They'll laugh behind your back, but to your face, they'll tell you, keep plugging along, keep going. It's like, dude, no, you need to get a job. So even when you're writing out your personal production goals and your business goals, if this doesn't work for you, or you're not making the money you need to make, you need to write out what your plan is. And I think that's important too. What is your plan B? Well, I don't have a plan B, Shawn. I burned all my ships. Dude, this isn't a fictional novel. Those stories are cute, and people are like, and then he told him he's going to burn all the ships. Well, I'm not saying that didn't happen in a war sometime a long time ago, bro. But burn what ships, bro? You ain't got no ships. Like, you're not in a different part of the world fighting a war. You're trying to make money for your family. Plan B didn't mean I was trying to quit. That meant if this doesn't work somehow, here's my plan. You know what I realized? I didn't have a better plan B than life insurance. It wasn't that I wasn't thinking about but I was like, dude, everything I'm looking at, go back to real estate, waste management, get a job. I got a master's degree. Maybe I could do that. Everything I looked at wouldn't give me the lifestyle and the return and the income for my family that life insurance would give me. It wasn't because I didn't have a plan B. So once I determined that my plan B was not anywhere near my plan A, I'm like, I'm not going to let this fail. But I understood. And some people, I'm like, dude, but you're not working hard. Have you determined that your plan B is actually not a plan you want to live your life like abiding by? So I really, I'm so excited about where we're going, but I'm still every day getting up going, dude, there's more people at the company not making money than need to make money. I need everybody making money. I need everybody who's working hard to make money. I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to understand that, whether you're getting the inbound lead from this guy, the vet leads from this guy, the IUL leads from this girl, wherever you're getting them, man, there's a lot of people having a lot of success. However many people you're recruiting a day, no matter what team you're on, where you're at in the country. Kendall, I have zero doubt how much he loves and cares about everybody in the team. I'm never confused by that. I'm not like I know how much he wants everybody to win. And I'm glad I'm glad his heart's there. And when you're close sometimes to people, I'm watching it from a different level just because I'm detached when we got, 60 some odd thousand agents. And I'm like, dude, I want everybody to understand how amazing this opportunity is. I want everybody to understand, I have an office in Boca up the street. So I'm heading there in a few minutes. Had some meetings here at the house and I didn't want to have an office. And I got an army of 20 to 25, 28-year-olds. And I like to just take a step back sometimes. I'll bring the insurance carriers in there and give them a tour of the office. And the other day I was looking at them going, all right, there's 50 guys and girls in here right now. 50. And I got 20 of them making 300 grand a month or more. That's their net income. 300K a month or more. 20 of them. I got another 15 that'll be over 200. And I'm like looking at their age, what they were doing. I got one in a million, a couple hovering at that. And none of them been with me longer than 3 years. And I think to myself, what are they doing, right? Like they're not special. What do they do? So I really just take a step back and start going over and going, hey, dude, walk me through what you're doing for leads and walk me through what you're saying when you recruit and walk me through. And what it comes down to, Kendall, for me is, and I already know this, but I get to validate it, there was no formula. Dudes are like, I wasn't working hard at the beginning, or, I was working harder than I thought harder than I'd ever worked, but it wasn't hard enough. It came down to when they decided to make sacrifices. They got this, we got this slow pitch softball team. They're fired up. They're great dudes. But I look in the parking lot and we pull up to the game and I'm like, damn, look at these guys' cars, and where they live. One just showed me his house he's buying yesterday. And I'm like, dude, I didn't buy $1 million house until I was in my 40s. I didn't buy a house that was valued over $1 million until I was in my early 40s, probably close to the mid 40s. And I'm like, and that doesn't make or break a person. When we launched FFL, my house wasn't worth 140 grand and it wasn't in a safe or good area, but I live wherever. It didn't matter to me. I just was trying to make a living. But I just look at them and go, they're an everyday validation for me that as long as you put the work in. Now, they have something a lot of us don't have. And I want to be honest with y'all. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm 53 years old, so I'm talking to me too. They haven't been hardened by life yet. They haven't decided what they can and can't do. They're not egotistical. You go, they're egotistical. No, they're excited. Egotistical is I'm doing it my way always. I'm better than everybody. Look at me, look at me, look at me. It's me, 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 me. I'm amazing. And a lot of times ego is not real. It's a low self-image that causes this inflated ego. No, they're just crazy. They're young. But my friends, when I talk to my friends about what they make and what they do, my friends can't allow themselves to believe it. They become hardened by life. They're living the way they're living. I'm not mad at them. They're good people. And they're like, dude, they don't believe, they'll no matter what I say, they believe me with everything else I say, and they want to believe me, but you can see him going, there's no way that kid's making 800 grand. I'm like, dude, he makes 800 grand. He's been with me too. Go over and talk to him. He'll show you his tax return because they can't let them feel that kind of pain, themselves feel that kind of pain. If you're looking to change, people say you need to embrace the suck. And I'm like, I don't really even know what that means, but like, I think you need to allow yourself to feel the pain of where you are. I think you need to be able to articulate what it feels like to not be where you want to be. And then I think you have to be able to articulate what you're going to change. Today's a new day, no matter how much you're doing. If you had your best month personally ever last month and it was 42 grand, then like, how do we get to 50 and how do we keep you there every month? And how do we get you to hire people and teach them to do 50 grand a month? Like, what is that going to look like for you? And if you don't know, you get to ask. So we're doing Ignite in Arizona. I'm assuming a lot of you are in the same area. So we do have one in Florida. I think it's September 1st. So like, we'd love to have you at that. It'll be a great event. That's closer than Arizona, obviously. But you really have to start thinking to yourselves, this is me. Like a lot of us look at the bigger team and the bigger team's great, dude. Please be plugged in the bigger team, grow the bigger team, be happy about the bigger team. But what are you going to do? Like you, not you, not the guy, you. I don't care how long you've been here, you, but not he. What are you going to do? When are you going to get to where you want to be? And it doesn't matter the game plan anybody gives you. If you don't put the work in, the game plan's a waste of time. It doesn't matter at all. It truly doesn't matter. But you got to understand, this is really easy. And I please don't take this the wrong way. People are like, it's not, and I don't like stupid cliche sayings because a lot of them are like, it's not simple, but it's easy. I'm like, what does that even mean? This is easy and it's simple. We call people. Do you have to have thick skin? Yeah. You can develop that though. Do you have to be perseverant on the phone and deal with, yep, but you can develop that as well. You're not born with perseverance. Life has given you a lot of things that have helped you with your perseverance. But then sometimes we get here and we're like, oh man, yeah, bad day, bad day, bad day. Like I told the guy this morning, how many times you've been talking to people about how you got to change the leads? He gets quiet. I'm like, okay, well, dude, what do you want me to tell you? You could have been dialing every time you were doing that. But instead, you're looking for a problem. And here, because there's no talent and because it is easy, going to work also, is easy. You're making a decision just to go to work. Deciding to work harder, easy. Deciding to give things up in your life that don't make you any money when you need the money, easy. Those aren't hard things, but they're things we don't want to do. There's a difference between I don't want to do it and it's hard. Like, I don't want to go out there and try to swim, from here to the Bahamas. Like, I don't even know how far I'd make it, but it wouldn't be far and I would die. That's not, I don't have any desire to go do that. And even if I said, you know what, hell, I'm going to swim from here to the other end of the canal. I don't know. There's a long way. I just don't know. Like, I don't know that I no, even if I put my mind to it, I don't know that I could do it. It's not that perseverance is there's some skill set. There's also something that maybe it's too far anyway. I don't know. Perseverance in our business is literally just making a decision to continue to go to work regardless and get information from people along the way. And when you get the information, you got to utilize it and change. So I don't know what your personal production goals are, but if you've never issued 15, it should be to get to 15, and it should be next month. I don't care if it's your first month. If your best month ever is 15, you should try to go to 20. I don't think you should try to double every month. If you've done 15, let's try to go to 20. I've done 20, Shawn. Try to go to 25. I've done 25. You're getting the picture. Try to go to 30. I haven't recruited anybody, Shawn. Could you recruit 5 people next month? I recruit a lot of people, Shawn. All right, could you contract 15 new agents next month? Like you really, and then if you ask me specifically what the habits are that you need, lead purchases, dial times, phone strategies, all that, those habits are important. But once you have a goal that you're laser focused on, a lot of us don't commit to goals because then we say we don't fail. Because all of a sudden, if we don't commit to a goal, we don't fail, right? I think this is and we're, by the way, I don't know how old all of you are, but my generation didn't do participation trophies. It's like these younger kids, I kind of understand sometimes. I'm like, dude, we do keep score here. You do understand. While they're a clean slate, I'm like, we keep score. Leaderboards, we track things, we figure out where you're at. We do it with everybody. If you're anywhere near my age, your generation didn't give you an award for participating either. You won or you lost. We got a game tonight at 8 o'clock. When the game's done at whatever, 9:15, somebody will have won and somebody will have lost. They have a scoreboard. We're going to know. We're done. We're going to leave, win or lose it. That's it. We're not going to win a try hard. We're not going to leave a try hard. We're either going to be like, we won or we lost. And it's not the end of the world. We're not going to die if we lost. And we're not going to go ahead and retire if we won. But there's a winner. In this business, there's a winner and loser every day. But you're only competing with you. That's the problem. A lot of people compete harder with their team than they do for themselves. You go, well, I'm just a good team player. All right, your team is your family. How are you doing for your family? Your team is you. Your team is anybody in your community that needs you. So, Kendall, that's what was on my heart to share. And if you have a question or two, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I got get on something at 12:30, but I got 4 more minutes.
Hey, son,
if there's something I didn't hit on, you want me to hit on, I will too.
Yeah, I want you to hit on something because I got in, I'm right at my 6-year mark. And I remember FFL's best months were like 18 million, 21 million. And I've told my team in 7 years, I'll be 60 and I want to be in a certain position, plan on retiring. Where do you see FFL in 7 years with the way inbounds are taking off? It's like the bullet train is going. Because you said on the call the other day, you said, I can see when FFL is doing $1 billion a month. I got excited. I couldn't sleep. Where do you see it going in the next 7 years, man?
Well, yeah, man, and that is where I see it going. For me, I'm starving, and we're going to do $1 billion this year, and nobody's ever, even pretended to target that as their goal. I do see us doing $1 billion a month. I do see us having hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people making money. I do see us having seriously, 10,000 people making $1 million a year. I see this as one of the greatest economic opportunities that will be provided to people in America that don't have to have some special degree, special talent, special pedigree. I do see all that. I see it being so big that your grandkids and great grandkids, Kendall, talk about, man, like that company started back then. My grandpa, my great-grand, like he was involved, and man, this it's a household name. That was one of my goals too, December 12th, 2013, that I wanted FL to be a household name, not me to be a household name, but this person to be a household name, family first life, that this opportunity would be a household name for people, that people would believe in themselves so much that we would give them an opportunity to flip the script on this whole capitalism deal where you go, well, we can't crack into making $1 million a year. My family can't crack. No, that's BS. You can. So I think we're literally just getting started. And when I say that, I'm not BSing. Like a lot of companies will say that. It's like, dude, you've been doing the same volume for 27 years. What do you mean you're just getting started? Like we literally we're working harder now, Kendall, than ever about what we have to get better at. Yet these are the best months we've ever had. So again, hear me again. We're breaking records every month. and we're laser focused on what we need to get better at, not just celebrating, chilling out, hanging out. That doesn't mean we're telling people to work 800 hours a week, never see their families. What we're saying is my thought process when I wake up every day is, how do we get better? Man, we got to get better. How do we get better at this thing? What are things we can improve on? What are the hurdles we're going to have to deal with? What can stop us? Any of those things. If we can do that, $1 billion a month will be nothing. And hey, we're going to have people, we're going to have agencies that are doing $1 billion a year. And that's crazy. That's insane. I was joking with Ryan Parker, Steve's boss. I said, he goes, well, this company does pretty well with us. I go, dude, I got 23-year-olds been with us for like 18 months that do a hell of a lot more in that company. They're a different IMO. They just do well because the competition's so bad. They're in your top 10, but they don't do any real volume. And I think for us, we know that Family First Life is the answer. We know that it's the best thing for the agent and the best thing for the client. And we've always stood by that relationship the entire time, and it just can't harm the company. And if we keep making decisions like that, whether we do $1 billion a year, we were making those decisions. We were doing 8 million a year, 10 million a year, 12 million a year. And now to think that our first year we did 12, 13, 14, and now we're going to do $1 billion is crazy in and of itself. So, but it's because we got amazing men and women like you. I just want you to get the most out of the opportunity for yourselves. Kendall, I can't wait to see y'all in person, man. Sorry it didn't work out this time, and I'll get back up there, bro. I got a lot of love and respect for you and your entire team. If you need anything else from me, you let me know.
Hey, I appreciate you, Shawn. Hey, clap it up for Shawn, Meaike, y'all.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you very
Thank you
much. Have a
so
great
much.
day. Appreciate you guys.